What's going on YouTube, James here. Welcome back to James Talks Movies, where today I'm going to be reviewing the newest documentary style movie that came out recently called Am I Racist? And basically this movie is a movie that stars Matt Walsh. And Matt Walsh, from my understanding, is like a public speaker. He's a racial activist and talks about racial problems and stuff like that. And he is also kind of like a comedian. He tells his points through humor, and so even though that this is a documentary, this is also kind of like a comedy documentary where he's kind of going into talking about different situations about racial problems, and kind of just trying to make a point through just making jokes and stuff like that. This movie was actually not on my radar whatsoever. I was kind of just focused on other big, more high profile movies that are coming out, that this one kind of crossed my mind. I didn't really know a lot about it. I saw the trailer once. It didn't really look that interesting to me. At least one that I didn't want to check out as much as I did all the other movies that are coming out recently. But just like I do with all my videos, I encourage you guys at the end of them to leave suggestions for movies that you want me to check out. And of course, Am I Racist came up in my comment section from Danielle. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Thank you so much, Danielle, for the suggestion. Like I said, this was not one on my radar. And I didn't really know anything about Matt Walsh. I didn't really know if I was gonna like it or not. I didn't like it. I did not like this movie. This movie is just really, I just think that this movie is way too silly for its own good. I do get that Matt Walsh is trying to make a point with all of these, with his humor and just the things that he's talking about. But the reason I think that this movie is just way too silly is it really does, it's not just like a comedy, it is a documentary, so it does talk about real life racial issues that has been on the news and stuff like that, and has real life like different racial influencers and activists just like Matt Walsh come in, and Matt Walsh is interviewing them, and they're talking about pretty serious issues, but they're making jokes about them at the same time. See, when you're trying to make a point about racial problems, and you want to make jokes about them, it's probably best to do it in like a more fictionalized way. Kind of like, I'm gonna give it an example, kind of like the movie American Fiction did. American Fiction was a comedy, and American Fiction was talking about black people and white people, and how black people and white people perceive each other. But it wasn't real. It wasn't something that was written to with things that are supposed to be taken seriously. Am I Racist has things that I feel like should have been taken more seriously, and because of that, the humor just kind of came off as a little offensive to me. And not just that I myself found it offensive, I just think other people will also find it offensive. I'm going to give another example of a scene in the movie. There is this, I forgot his name, but Matt Walsh is like talking about his uncle and how his uncle has been not the best at like being nice to black people and being really racist. And in the movie, they have like a discussion group that Matt Walsh comes into, and they kind of discuss racial problems and all that kind of stuff. And one of the scenes, she brings his uncle in, which is probably an actor. It's probably just to prove a point, and like I said, to be funny. But basically, his uncle is in a wheelchair, and he's not just in a wheelchair. He's like pretty paralyzed. He's a really old person who looks very frail. And basically, they start yelling at him. They start being like, at least lots of the people that are in the group other than Matt Walsh, they keep going like, oh, you suck, why are you so racist, boo, all this stuff just to like pour a laugh out of you. And it just didn't really rub me the right way. It wasn't something that I thought could have been it's something that I think could have been talked about in just a little bit more serious manner, with still making jokes here or there. But anyways, guys, of course, that is just what I think of the movie. What do you guys think of the movie? Especially you, Danielle, I would love to hear all your thoughts. Thank you so much for suggesting the movie, Danielle, and for the rest of you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification after you subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload a new video like this one. And as always, just like Danielle did, don't forget to leave some suggestions in the comments, also of movies that you want me to check out, so then maybe I can tell you my opinion if a movie is worth watching or not. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.